Well, hey there, YouTube. It's Petey Two Finger. In this video, I'm spilling the beans about my plans for next year, 2025. I am going to be dropping another imaginary album, meaning in the past, since around 2017, every year in February, I will drop what I call an album. It's not an album, but it'll be the equivalent, like 10 to 12 songs. Maybe I did a double album the one year, it was like 30. But here in Chicago, about a week after the New Year's, it's pretty bleak. It's just gray sky, it's freezing cold. I'm unable to work because of my back injury, so I use that time to do something creative, and I will record an album. I call it an album because it's 12 songs, 10 songs, whatever. And I'm well aware of the fact that I'm not a rock star and that this isn't an album, but that's what I call it. Okay? Now, in the past, I did music where I sang, I would write lyrics, and I had reel-to-reel 8-channel half-inch professional Tascam music production tape machines slaved to MIDI sequencing software through FSK, which is just like SMPTE. I would program all of the drums and synthesizer and then sync that to tape and use the tape to record the vocals and the guitars. We're not doing that anymore. I got a virtual guitar system gifted to me in 2017, and out of feeling like, well, what do I do with this thing? Because I can't use it live. I figured I should get back into recording. Enough time had passed where I could kind of not feel so intimidated by the work that I had done, because I was really proud of the albums I had recorded where I did sing. They were just really personal, and I don't have a very good singing voice. So as time passed, like I developed some momentum. Around 2021, I did this one called Semantical Nightmare. A lot of people were excited, and people even paid me. I was like, if you want, you can, this is free. But if you feel like you need to pay me, I have a PayPal, and this is it. And I made like almost $100 doing that. So as time passes, I've to have fun with it, I've come up with different themes. Like we had Hokum, which was a heavy metal album, and I did a bunch of commercials hyping that album. It was like all tube amps, all analog, no drum machine, no sampling, all analog. And people were like, cool. And then when it dropped, there wasn't a single electric guitar on it. It was all acoustic guitar music. It was called Hokum. Nobody knew. The following year, we did Petey Two Fingers Tender Moments, which that was billed as this romantic love songs, and that was a noise album. That was a harsh, abrasive noise music. This year, I'm limiting myself again, and it's going to be an album of no electric guitar. You know what? I think there is going to be one track with some electric on it, but it's going to be a bass guitar album. Now, if you understand anything about recording music, you'll know you really can't do two bass tracks. They will cancel each other. It's difficult to record a bunch of bass. So this presents a challenge. It certainly won't be my finest moment as far as mixing and mastering goes, or the song sounding the same timbrality throughout. It's going to be a toss-up. It's going to be fun. This is a really fun, and it's going to be creative. The doing just bass is really forced me into a corner, and I'm doing things differently. But if you listen to it, this is Petey Two Finger music. It really is, especially the more later stuff I've been doing. It fits into those parameters very nicely. And I say that because I've got some of it finished already. So I'm super stoked about this thing, but I don't have a title yet. I have a couple ideas that I very well may go with. But I thought it'd be fun to put it out there for you guys. If you can think of something, a title. The theme is bass. And also chicken. If you've ever seen the image of me with the chicken suit on playing the white warlock, BC Rich. If you've ever seen that image, that is going to be more likely the cover image for this will be. That image is used on Hokum a lot. If you go back and look at the commercials for Hokum, you'll see it. So there is a playlist here on this channel. You go to playlists. There's a Hokum playlist, and that's just for that album, and it has all the commercials for it, and then the album. But there's a specific albums playlist. That's got everything from minor technical difficulties, digitally delayed, 0202 2020, Semantical Nightmare, Hokum, and Tender Moments, as well as Honky Paradise, and I'm not sure if I'm missing anything else. But if you've never listened to one of my albums, I would encourage you to go over there and check some of it out. Minor technical difficulties is my return to recording using the VG8, the Roland Virtual Guitar System. Digitally Delayed, that's music that I wrote for the duo. My wife plays bass on that. That's a double album. I believe it's around 30 pieces of music. Semantical Nightmare, I used the VG8 and I used what's it called, a Mellotron. I used Mellotron samples, and that's really lush. It's a very dense album, and I'm very proud of Semantical Nightmare. It's an excellent album. But I love 2020 as well. That's called Slow Malone. That album, it has its moments. Hokum, I couldn't be prouder of Hokum, how that came out. Tender Moments, the Noise album, is a little bit slipshod. It's kind of all over the place, and it's noise music, so it's like sound collages that are songy. You know, when you think noise music, you think somebody just puts on feedback for 45 seconds and calls it a song. It's not that. This is combining noise into music. There's a band called Melt Banana that does that better than anybody, but this actually has more samples and synthesizer stuff going on than them. So I'm proud of all my music, and I love all of it. And I listened to what I have in the bag already for this new one, the all bass guitar album, and man, I am excited about dropping this for you guys. Again, it really so much isn't about the video side of it. The video side of it is just something I can throw up on the screen to fill up instead of having it just be a blank screen. So the experience isn't so much like these are professionally produced videos. The video is amateurish, hackish, and it's supposed to kind of be funny. If I've got stuff that looks pixelated in it, I'm aware that it's pixelated, and I'm doing that because I love that as an art form. To me, I like that. It's become that YouTube poop type of concept that's part of what I do. So if you can think of something, again, it's funky. It's bass. If you think of a chicken playing a white BC Rich Warlock, playing like funk metal type bass, like a metal style drum kit, that's pretty close to what I'm shooting for. So go ahead and use the comment section. If you do check my music out, please leave a comment on the album. Please. That's like most guys will have like a, what do they call it? Not PayPal. They have this thing where you give money. I need you guys to, you don't have to give money. Just give me a little bit of your time. Listen to my music and let me know what you think of it. Because that's my money. But I also am looking for suggestions of what I can name this thing. So if you would like to be the proud owner of a badge of honor, is what you'll get, an invisible badge of honor that I will psychically will to you as the winner of the contest to name Petey's 2025 all bass guitar album. And I already have one idea, but I don't really want to say what it is. If somebody else says what this idea is, it'll kind of be like, well, you know what? That's what I should call it. I was thinking Petey Two Finger attempts to hit the low G, but I can't call it that. Not enough people would get that joke. And if you haven't seen Tom Goes to the Mayor Bass Fest episode, you should. Also, I figured out what that sound effect is, and we're using it. The bass face sound effect that Wizard uses in the Bass Fest episode of Tom Goes to the Mayor. Anyway, you guys, it's cold here in Chicago, so stay warm. Hug your pets. That's what I always say, the most important thing. And peace.